Hello friends, and welcome along to my tutorial on how to do a seamless join technique. This technique is used to join two pieces together, namely the legs, or usually the legs in Amigurumi, so that you don't need to sew any gaps together later on. As you can see here on this little bear body that I've got here, there is no gap showing in between the legs, and that is the result that we want. So what you're going to have is you're going to have your two pieces. You're going to have piece one, which is the first leg that you've already completed and fastened off. And then you're going to have piece two, which you'll be up to the final stitch of piece two, but you haven't actually crocheted into it just yet. So what you're going to do is you're going to identify 4 stitches in particular. This is stitch 1, stitch 2, stitch 3, and stitch 4. And I'm just going to give you a little rundown of where they exactly are and put the text up on the screen, as it can be a little bit confusing. So stitch 1 is going to be your final stitch of your current row for piece 2. And then you're going to find stitch 2, which is going to be the first stitch of the last row of piece 1. Stitch 3 is going to be the final stitch of the last row from piece 1. And then stitch 4 is going to be the first stitch of your current row for piece 2. So I know that's confusing, but it makes a lot more sense when you're actually just doing it. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your crochet hook, take out your stitch marker from where it is. You're going to make sure your yarn is up and over your piece, and then you're going to go underneath into stitch 1. And then you're going to go across and go straight into stitch 2. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to quite literally yarn over and pull through both those stitches. So you have 2 loops on your hook at the end there. Sorry, it's a bit tucked under that first one, but there is 2 there. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through both of those. That is your first stitch. And what you're going to do is actually just put your stitch marker back on that stitch, if you can find it. There you go. Then what you're going to do is you're actually going to do another single crochet into stitch 2, and that is your seamless join part 1. Then what you're going to do is you're going to just single crochet around, or whatever your pattern describes, until you get back to stitch 3. Now, as the same as before, you want to make sure that your yarn is over behind your hook, and you want to go down underneath into stitch 3, and then just literally go across into stitch 4 and repeat what you did before, where you just go yarn over, pull through both stitches, so you have the 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both, and then single crochet into that stitch you just went into, which was stitch 4, and then single crochet back around to the start. So as you're coming up to the end there of the row that you're on, you'll get back to that stitch marker stitch, which is the first part of the first seamless join, and you're actually just going to end on that stitch again, because technically that first part of the seamless join was actually the last stitch of your last row. And once you have joined them together, or single crocheted around, then you can open the legs and see that there is no gap, and you have done your seamless join technique.